He's not from Miami.
He's from Mississippi.
There's not a lot of people.
He's from Mississippi.
Is it a plant thing?
What?
Is it a tree?
Oh, he planted it himself.
So not like
No. Alright. And then his wife moved down here from Pittsburgh and what did her father have? And she started a church.
that is too funny. I have friends that just left here to do it.
Well, his wife's from Bird. Her parents have a church in Weirton, West Virginia, which is right there on the Pittsburgh, Ohio, West Virginia triangle. Yeah. Weirton's not that good. We had not that right. We had not that by October. Went to a women's conference.
I'm eating that 89,000.
Oh, lucky you. Want to take me in your suitcase?
I'm trying to force
You need a name?
Bam!
Okay.
I posted on the event page just now, and then I sent it when we were running, and I sent it to people who messaged me individually.
Okay, so don't let it.
Underwater wedding.
Told people to message me if they wanted it.
I didn't find your address because I wasn't on the event page for some reason. You really didn't have
Are you, if you want to get some before you go.
Because I kept looking, and you said it's on the event page, I was like, where did I miss it?
No,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Not exciting, I'm sorry.
So either.
Should we wait or should we go?
We can get started. That's fine. We can just head out. The biggie.
Alrighty. Let me make sure. Alright. Okay, well, welcome.
Welcome.
I'm glad you. Exciting to have such a neat meeting with so many people. I'm Kira. And what should I say about myself?
What color are you?
I should talk louder so they can hear me. So I'm going to talk obnoxiously loud so they can hear me. Hi, everyone. Message me if you can't hear me, okay? I'm a blue. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, welcome to everyone streaming into. It's super weird for me to talk to you. But welcome to our team meeting. We're going to have these every month, probably here, until we bust out of here, and then we'll find somewhere else to go, and that'll be a good problem to have. We are going to do them, number one, because we have a big enough team that we should, and number two, because the stream from Iowa is hard to hear. So we need to be having our own so that people can engage and hear it. So tonight what we're going to do three things. We're going to do a little bit of product training. You're going to do a little bit of product training on maybe some lesser known products that we don't talk about a lot so that you can be better prepared to answer questions from your potentials. And we're going to talk about personality types, specifically with an eye towards how do you recruit people who are these different personality types, and how do you work with them on your team. Because that can be like a huge challenge. If you're blue to maybe work with a green, it can feel like you're not even talking the same language. But once you kind of understand how people operate and what their strategies kind of are for dealing with life, it helps you kind of understand what their concerns are, even if they're not articulating their concerns very well. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the compensation plan. which can sometimes be really scary. But we're going to talk a little bit about diamond and why diamond is a great idea, whether there's a good get out of that bonus or not. So we're just going to kind of walk through what diamond is, what diamond does for your check, talk a little bit about that average income chart, and what all the perks of being a diamond are for just money, like not a lanyard that says diamond or anything like that, like, and all the extra groups you get to be a part of, but like just what comes in your bank account perks for diamond. So we seem to be okay. Everybody seems to be able to hear us. So do you want to just start with some product training and we'll go from there?
All right, cool. So a lot of everybody, knows a little bit about the wrap. That's our main product that we talk about. So one of the, I think one of the three, I'm going to talk about three specific, and I'm going to talk about the triple threat. And the reason for that is because that's one of our best kind of combinations when it comes to people that come to you saying, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to lose 50 pounds. It's a great combination to kind of get them on and get them going. And you want to know what it is that you're saying when you're posting all these pictures that are, triple threat. She went from 50, lost 50 pounds. She went, from here and from there. So when you're talking about it, and people come to you and say, well, what is it? What each of them do? Let's talk a little bit about what the three products are, number one, what each of them are going to do for you, and why is it a good combination of getting the three together. So at first it's going to be ThermoFit. So ThermoFit is going to help with cravings. It's going to help to speed up your metabolism. It's going to help, it has actiberry, and it has also cayenne peppers. So that's kind of what speeds up the metabolism so that you can burn more calories. You're either going to be burning them just, in your natural self, or when you go work out, when you go walking, you're going to burn more extra anyway. So it kind of helps to give you that boost. So for anyone that's looking to boost up their metabolism, either because they just want to lose a few pounds or they want to lose 50 pounds, it's always a great idea to put them on ThermoFit. Also, it gives you energy. Like for me, I like it because of the boost and for the energy. So before I go work out, I take ThermoFit because I love the energy that it gives me. It's all thermogenic, so you feel this heatness inside. So it is, you can feel it working in you. You can actually feel it.
You can feel it when you take it over here.
Yeah.
Don't hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hold it, just swallow.
It burnt my throat the other day. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So the next one's going to be greens, okay? So your greens are going to be basically when somebody says, I need something for detox, or you want to help somebody to get detox from all those toxins that you eat every day that you put in your bodies, like your coffee in the morning, that's toxins that you're putting in your body. The greens is the only product that we can say it detoxes, okay? Now, the wrap, you don't want to say that. Okay, you don't want to say that, especially not on blast it on social media. If you're having a one-on-one conversation, that's a whole different story. Speak to your enroller about it. But as far as blasting it, don't say that the wraps are detox.
the general rule is if it says it in the product sheet, you can say it
Yes.
publicly. Even if we understand how something works differently than what they say on the product sheet, we stick to this is what, because that's gone through legal, that's gone through FDA, it's a compliant claim. So whenever anyone on your team asks you, hey, can I say la la la, you say, does it say that on the product sheet? Because that not only trains, you don't have to know, but also it trains them to look there for all answers.
Right.
That has all answers.
I think the people in the video can hear me but not see me because of the basket, but that's okay. As long as you can hear me, that's what counts. No, that's fine. I was like, as long as they can hear me, and they haven't said they can't, so that's good.
No, they can see you. You're right there. But I'll move it anyway because it's like.
I know. Okay. All right, so the greens are going to help to detox you. The greens are also going to help for alkalization, so an alkalized body. Alkalization is very important because it's going to help, an alkalized body helps to fight, it helps to boost your immune system, so it helps to fight viruses better. Me personally, last time I got sick, I don't even know. Like, it's been a while, especially like the flu and all that. It's great. And then it's going to help to pH balance. So it's going to help to balance your body out. It's got 38 different kinds of super herbs, or we call them super herbs. It's got 8 servings of fruits and vegetables. So people that are, looking to boost up more fruits and veggies in their system. Now, it's not a supplement as to nutrition. Yeah. So like if somebody says, well, can I stop eating my apple?
Oh, it's not a,
and my
it's not a meal
strawberries
replacement.
or my banana if I take this? No. Like it's on top and beyond what you're already doing. So if somebody says, well, I don't get enough, then this would be something also for them, the greens. So the third product is our fat fighters. And our fat fighters are carb blockers. It's going to block up to 40% of carbs that you eat after you have consumed them. So after you eat, up to an hour after. Now, with fat fighters, it's very important that we tell our customers and other distributors that are coming in that you don't want to take them at least 2 hours in between other medications or other products that you're taking, because it's going to soak that up too. So if somebody's under some sort of medication that they have to take with meals, that's going to be, a little bit of, you got to do some time management there, because, you can't take it. You've got to give yourself at least 2 hours in between. Okay? That's something that you always want to keep that in mind when you're talking about the fat fighters. So, and it's going to block not only carbs, but, any sugars, any fatty foods that you eat, fried foods, and things like that. So, the greens, the ThermoFit, and the fat fighters are 3 products for our triple threat. So when somebody wants to say, well, what you got for weight management loss, that's what you want to do. Those are the 3. Great volume. It's 92 in volume. So it's a great start for them. It's about $95 if I'm not wrong. 97. So it's a great start for them. All right. Those are the 3 products I want to talk about.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to get a different link because people are having trouble with.
Now, can we actually say weight loss?
I actually think that
You know what I mean? It's like you've seen ads that say it, and then some that.
weight loss is a medical claim.
Right.
So in a product sheet, then don't say it. But you can say like it boosts your metabolism,
Or
blocks carbs and
help your
fats.
weight loss goals,
Right. It'll help you
exercise.
accelerate your results. Like, nobody can guarantee anything.
Right. God bless you.
Yes, that was
Then
one of the things I
one
had yesterday.
pill that'll just.
Is there a guarantee?
No.
Like all the coworkers are like, well, I mean,
Hey, Brooke.
I know they work out. I know they eat. Want to see a picture of them? Yeah. It's not just
It's
like,
not
bacteria,
right.
or else it would be all over the place.
Yeah. So I've been, it'll help you on your weight loss journey, or as you're working toward those goals.
I say it's a tool.
It's a tool, yeah.
It's a tool to
Our products are designed to enhance what you already
Right,
do or
Right.
make them better.
I mean, I'm very careful just because of my own experience to not suggest that anything is a magic bullet. Like, I think the Rob is as close to a magic bullet as we have, because it'll work no matter who you are and who you're eating, pretty much. But like the supplements, they really have to be paired definitely first with enough water. Like that's the number one question I ask when people say I'm not getting good results. I say, how much water are you drinking? And almost, I would say like 95% of the time, they're way underestimating how much water they're actually drinking. And if you look at any one of our supplements, it says you have to be drinking at least 8 glasses of water. And I would say that's bare minimum for life. And when you add a supplement, as your body gets used to it, you need even more water. Our supplements for me work much better when I'm like pumping the water all day long. So that's my first thing. But I almost always say, you have to be eating well. You have to be, making good choices. There's nothing that's just going to make you like all of a sudden be perfect. Problems with the link. So 1 second, and we'll start taking. All right, I think all the people who were antsy about not getting the link now. So, well, they're Google, the Hangouts one doesn't like phones, so I have to send them. All right, any questions about the Greens ThermoFit?
Oh,
I just can't do taste.
How long have you been taking them?
I've tried them here and there just because I can't find a good thing to mix it with, so I have orange.
Okay, before you go, I'm gonna give you some berry,
I just
because
don't know like what to.
that may just be because it's not sweet enough for you. There's no sweetener in the orange.
I have the same issue and I have the orange too. So maybe I try to.
Yeah, you need to try
I
berry.
have to like try.
Yeah, I'll give you some on the goes. Because it's, yeah.
Like, just
Well, here's the thing about greens.
try it. You just can't try it.
Here's the thing about greens is that it's gonna taste terrible until you detox. And that's just true. It's like your body's like, what are you doing?
This is healthy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what game you're playing, but no, we're not down with that. Once you've taken it for, I would say, a solid week, you'll notice that it's not as bad. But for some people, you just need the berry or you need the orange. Some people can't stand the sweetener in the berry. It's too sweet. It's almost too sweet for me. If I mix it in with juice, it's almost like way too
They
sweet.
were doing it like frozen, it was.
I always put them in my smoothies. Always. It's the easiest thing for me because I do them in the morning.
How many berries can you use for breakfast?
Yeah, just toss it in there. Yeah, you won't hardly taste it. Just a hint of, yeah, orange should be fine, especially if you have a banana in there, a ripe banana, or like a berry mix, a frozen berry mix. You shouldn't taste it at all. But I'm gonna give you a berry and we'll just try that.
I have some orange at my house that you want some.
It's also texture. So people like want to linger with this stuff. They want to like put it in their water bottle and like drink it. No. It says 8 ounces of water. I think it tastes way better if you put like the least amount of water possible. Shake it and you can shoot that beast. Like it's not you don't be precious with it. Just do it.
I try to work for people to try and they're like, you just take it in shot, like you just quick, just take small things.
You can do 2 sweets in an
as long as
ounce.
you get it out.
Yeah, I mean you can an ounce or 2 of anything, so like the bottom of a glass. And if you shake it, it'll get a little foam. If that freaks people out, some people. Or you can just stir it and just do it. Just do it. With greens, the most important thing is that you do it. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Don't put it in something hot because you'll kill the probiotic and that stuff is gold. But otherwise, just do it. Like find a way to do it. Yogurt, applesauce, applesauce, anything. Smoothies. I mean, put it in milk if you want, like whatever. I can't imagine Oreo milk, yeah, but like a milkshake, like anything, just put it. I heard somebody say they put it on ice cream. Why would you do that? I don't want broccoli on my ice cream, but that's just,
Where is the trick for at, like on the order?
it's not a
It's
pack.
not? Okay, so you just have to order the 3 separate
Yeah,
things?
yeah. Which usually makes the BV higher for us
Okay,
if it's not in a pack. Like the skinny pack together is 80 BV, but if you do them separately, it's something like 100.
right,
But they pay more.
okay.
They pay $20 more.
But even with the 3, it still ends up like 97 months.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Mariana says it takes a while to get used. She had huge problems with greens. She said it takes a while to get used to it. The greenness can be. So the more you can mask that, like in a smoothie, if you have lots of things in a smoothie, the grittiness is gonna go away.
I have a good one.
It's like it's frozen that kind of.
Yeah.
You already have the ice.
Yeah. And if you haven't tried Profit, I highly recommend
Yeah,
if you already
that's
do smoothies that you try it on an auto ship or with your 120 because it is fantastic and it'll keep you full from breakfast to lunch and you won't snack.
Is that like a
It's protein powder, yeah.
Taste like
Protein
normal
mix.
protein?
No, it's
It's
better.
better.
So nasty.
No,
I
it's
can't
better.
do it. It's much better.
I already mix protein powder and have smoothies anyways.
Yeah. Ours is a blend of whey and soy, but it's non-fermented GMO. Wait, fermented non-GMO. Let's do that right. Fermented non-GMO soy. It's got a superfood blend. It's called a sustainment blend, so it sustains throughout the day or throughout the. It lasts for me like about 4 hours, which is about what you want. Yeah, it's great. I love it. And vanilla Profit in chocolate almond milk is
Yeah, it is.
amazing, amazing chocolate milk, like the best chocolate milk in the whole world. So, okay. So we're gonna talk about personality colors. So I think that Millie brought you some personality color things. If you want to quick do that, I don't even know what you're supposed to do. What are you supposed to do? Give yourself a Oh, these are different. Oh well,
This is what I saw in the, news for the print.
from where?
For Miss Delisa, like you read across and out of A, B, C, and D on row 1, you organize it based on is A most like you or somewhat or least.
Okay, sure.
Which of these describes you the most?
From A, B, C, and D.
So this is a perfect indicator of my personality. Charts like this make me want to go. Like I can't figure them out, so I'm like, I'm out. I'll just figure it out. So but that would be fun for talking about. So people who are far away, if you want to quick Google there's a color, like a color quiz. I recommend thecolorcode.com. It's a great one. It doesn't exactly correspond to the colors that I'm going to talk about, but you'll see, I think yellow is white on that, and that's pretty much the only difference. And then there's another color quiz. There's one color quiz where you like click on blocks of color. That's not what we're talking about, but there's a personality color quiz, blue, yellow, green, and red, and it'll tell you what you tend to be. But I think when we talk about it, you'll probably hear some of the things that sound most like you, and you'll probably figure out what you are from that. But while they're like a little assignment, if you want to do that while we're hanging out, that'd be.
So each row will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of these don't seem to like you.
It would be so much more helpful if they just.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I gotta go over here.
I think she's great. I think you're great.
What does that mean? Looking for me to be great.
There's no good or bad. There just is. It just is. You learn to work with what you.
Sorry.
I'm blue. I talked to you.
My brain is fine. That's something.
All right. So did you figure out what you are? Maybe? Yeah? You're not great.
For sure.
So, what we're going to talk about is basically try to help you identify who you are. And remember, there's no good or bad. It's not like green is evil and blue's rule. It's more just like how do they all work together? How can they all work together effectively? And that's the key when you're working in a team. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about each kind of personality. I'm using blue, yellow, green, and red. If you look in the team files on Living the Dream, there's like a 10-page description of like, I would, unless you're green, I would not suggest that you read it because it's, long. Yeah, quick and dirty is what we're gonna go for here. And the takeaway, if you want more details, it's there and you can go into it. And I respect that there's people that want to do that. So we're just gonna go through each of them. What I have here is kind of their strengths and potential weaknesses. And then we're gonna go through each one. Hopefully you'll kind of be like, oh, that's me. And then we'll talk about how do you then talk to each of these people, either as a potential distributor or a teammate, or if they're your enroller, and you're like, why are you not hearing me? This could help, okay? So, so first we'll start with blue. Blue is called the life of the party, and that really just means that blues are people. If you consider yourself a people person, someone who can kind of walk into a room and make a friend with almost anyone, then you tend to be blue. Mostly because you find that you can identify with something about most everybody. I think probably someone could turn that on you and say you're kind of a chameleon, so you change depending on who you're with. But in our business, that's a huge asset. It's a huge asset because this is a relationship business. So the more relationships you can build, the better off your business will be. So for some of the other people who struggle a little bit with relationships, it can be kind of a struggle to kind of build that bridge. For blues, it tends to be fairly instinctive. So you might see a blue as kind of animated, fun, enthusiastic, optimistic, bubbly, playful. They tend to have a huge warm market for the reason that I just said. They tend to make friends wherever they go. And so even when their warm market is tapped, they just kind of create a new one by making more friends. And that's what we all strive to do. And they're natural peacemakers. They tend to not like confrontation. So kind of the flip side of that is blues tend to be bad with details and follow-up, like notoriously bad with detail and follow-up. They tend to talk too much. So they might word vomit on people or dominate their conversation simply because that's just their personality. Indecisive, don't want to be the one who takes the lead and makes a decision, and might be a person who jumps from project to project. So if you tend to be a person, if this is sounding kind of like you, ask yourself, like, do you start crafts, projects, goals, and then kind of fizzle out? That's a kind of typically blue thing to do. Okay, so likes of a blue person, a person likes the spotlight, a blue person likes the spotlight, likes kind of to be the life of the party, likes being liked, like fast cash. I think mostly because they worry that they might not stick it out. So they like the idea that they can make a return on their investment fast. And they tend to be people who like to dream big dreamers. They don't like forceful rules or rigidity. Too many questions. You ask them too many questions. They're like, whoa, easy, I don't know the answer. Or boring things. So what do they respond to? We'll talk about in a minute. What do blues respond to and how you can actually put that into practice. So, okay, yellow is the sensitive soul. So yellows are incredibly easy to get along with. They are great listeners, like the psychologist. If you know anybody who's kind of like a natural born psychologist, that probably tends to be a yellow. They're great team players and they're dedicated and patient. They tend to have a lot of friends. So just like blue has a huge war market, yellow has a huge war market, but probably for a different reason. People tend to seek out yellows because they are like great listeners and they're kind and compassionate. Blues tend to like make everybody their friends. You must be my friend. So the flip side of yellow is that they can be oversensitive. They can get a little bit pushed around because they don't stand. They're great team players, but they don't tend to want to take a leadership role. They are not necessarily goal-oriented or driven for a particular goal, or highly motivated to reach a particular goal. They're kind of go with the flow. Don't want to rock the boat kind of thing. And they tend to buy into excuses, whether their own or someone else's. So imagine like if you tend to be a person who is a great listener and very compassionate, if someone tells you like their sob story about why they're not working their business or whatever, you're like, oh yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I totally get that. And it's like, well, you know, why isn't so-and-so doing well, blah, 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 and you just like, yellows buy into that, okay? Whereas reds probably would be like that. Okay, so yellows like making a difference. So the idea of making a difference in the world is highly attractive to them. Peace and harmony, so again, natural peacemakers. They dislike loud and pushy people when things aren't fair and making decisions. So again, very indecisive. All right, greens, the beloved greens. The reason that we have things like compensation plans and the steps to success and all these kind of plans and documents and things are because of greens. Greens are the thinkers. They're the ones that need a plan. They need to know every little bit of everything. They're the reason we have product coach. They're the reason we have product sheets. They're the reason that we have the ingredients on the website, because these are the people that need to know everything about everything before they do anything, okay? So they're incredibly, like they're accurate, they're dependable, they're prompt, they're the people that you can count on. They're very organized, they're usually very well read. They have incredible follow-up skills. So whereas blue is like, not so much with the details, green has like the spreadsheet. This is when I talked to this person last, this is what I need to follow up, has alarms in their phone, like the whole 9 yards. And they love a plan and they're awesome at following a plan. So if you give them a plan, they're like, okay, I can do that because it's very clear cut for them. Flip side of that is that they can be kind of rigid. They can become paralyzed by overthinking. So instead of just kind of jumping in and figuring it out on the way down, they need to like think it out, and that can stop them from taking any action. And they have to see success before they'll move. And that can be hard. And these are the people that will word vomit all over a potential. So they'll just like spew information and information and information. And then unless you're talking to another green, like remember blues don't like too many questions. Some of these people, whoa, I don't even know what you're talking about. That is too long, I'm not reading that. So greens like details. They like to learn new things. They like to reach and achieve goals, kind of like check off the goal. They don't like disorganized people, not getting credit for what they've done or being micromanaged. The flip side of that is, ironically, greens like to micromanage, but they don't like being micromanaged. So, I don't know how that works, but. Okay, and lastly, we have reds. Reds are what you might think. Just by their color, they're bold. These are the bold, kind of confident ones. They're confident, they love a challenge, they want to win. They are natural born leaders, it just seems instinctive to them. They're kind of the Pied Pipers, people follow them. They're decisive and determined. So the flip side of that is that confident can sometimes seem self-centered, and actually they are. That's like a weakness of theirs, is that they think about themselves first. I don't know that that's necessarily, I mean, I think other colors probably don't think of themselves enough, so no good or bad. They need approval and recognition. They can be sensitive to criticism, and they may be impatient with the details. They just want to go, 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 go. So whereas green has to see all of the success before they move, red's just like, let's go and figure it out on the way down. They very much like being in the in crowd, like the VIP. They want to be in the spotlight. Again, they like challenges, dislike small talk, really getting lazy people. Probably hate this whole thing that I just did. Okay, so takeaway. What does this all mean? So from hearing that, do you have a sense of what your color is?
On this one, orange would be red.
Okay. Yeah, I would think so.
I would think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And gold would be yellow.
Okay.
Since ours is a little different.
Yeah.
But then we have the green.
Right.
And you could be a combination.
Yes, I was just gonna say that, like, you're not gonna be all or nothing. Everybody has facets of this in their personality. It's gonna be what your dominant kind of like default. What's your default approach to things? That's what you're gonna know. But I think knowing kind of what your secondary dominant one is can help too, because you know, I for example am like 40% one, and then I have equal parts of all the others. So that serves me very well in this business, because it means I have enough green to understand the compensation plan. I have enough red to put myself out there and be confident. I have enough yellow to be a good team player, but I'm primarily blue. And so knowing that about myself, it helps me if I'm in a situation where I'm maybe communicating with the red and I'm like having trouble. Like, okay, wait a minute. What is, you know, like how can I build this bridge to this person who seems to be more red? And I'm like, okay, they like a challenge, so let's try a challenge. They need approval, so maybe there needs to be a little bit of like love and, you know, stroking some approval, like recognizing what they're doing well, that kind of thing. So all of these are just tools. So if you know, you think you're blue, right?
I'm mixed between blue
Okay. Stacey, where are you?
and yellow.
Okay. Okay.
Mine was blue, but yellow and green are tied, so.
I think you're probably like me. I have a lot of, yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's a good thing.
Are you yellow?
No, red.
Are you red? With
Of
yellow
course.
second?
With yellow and blue together.
Yeah.
So I'm like 50% yellow and like 25% blue,
Yeah.
25%
Yeah, I totally see that.
yellow, and 0. No, actually it's like 2%.
Yeah. I totally get that. Okay. So the question then is like, it's nice to know what your color is. It's a cute little like, oh, are you green? Oh, you're so cute, you know. But that doesn't like. Let's make this, you know, applicable to what we're doing. So if you're trying to communicate with a blue, let's say about the business. So let's talk about recruiting. And you want to kind of hit them where they live. They respond to stories and testimonials. So these are the people that you're going to send a video to of a story of a person who came from where they're at. So maybe they're a teacher, you're going to send Liz Barton story about how she worked this while she was a kindergarten teacher and then got to stay home with her kids. Or you want to, so that might be how you recruit. So stories is how what they respond to. So that also works for recruiting customers too. So if you are posting testimonials, which is more than a before and after, it's like a story of someone, what they were worried about, how they got there, what they used, what they're doing now, that is going to appeal to a blue. Okay. So then once you have them on your team, like what's gonna appeal to them, what's gonna get them motivated? So that's gonna be like a short-term goal. These are not the people that you want to talk to about going diamond in 90 days. They'll freak out. They'll straight up freak out. Start with 4 in 30 days. It's a very manageable goal. It's very clear. It's very straightforward, and it's not scary. It's 4 people in 30 days. 4 people who want to become loyal customers in 30 days. Stick with short-term goals. And this is probably going to be true for the life of their business. It's just sticking with short-term goals. So if you get too big picture with them, they may shut down on you and get scared. But if you stick with short-term goals, it can make it much more manageable. And they want to have fun. So inviting them to events, including them in fun things, just making it fun, like, okay, let's do a blitzing thing. Let's have a blitzing day, and we're all gonna go out and, be petrified together, but we're gonna do it together. That's something that a blue would respond pretty well to. For yellow, it's not super different. Same thing as testimonials, so stories, but for them, it's about helping people. So they're going to respond probably to the idea that our products, the whole goal of our products is to help people gain confidence, better their health, and then the business is about helping people move from where they are to where they want to be, achieving their dreams. That is something that yellows will respond to. And for yellows especially, you need to be sincere. I would hope that all of us are legitimately caring about our prospects, whether they are loyal customers or distributors, and not just about the sale. That bugs me. I just encountered that yesterday. I just I don't have time for people who are cutthroat. If you're gonna fight that hard over a potential, go ahead. My business will live without it, and you can just be cutthroat somewhere else. But being sincere, when a yellow knows that you actually care about them, about the circumstances, that you've taken the time to get to know them and know their family and know what's happening with them, and you're not just pushing, they're going to respond better to, even if you're following up with them a lot, if you're making it, if you're making sure they know it's about them and not about your timeline, that it has to be right for them, then they're gonna respond better to them. Yeah. Okay. So green. Guess what greens respond to?
Spreadsheets.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to know all the details. So with greens, you have to answer their questions. So for people who are not about the details, this can be scary because they're going to ask you all kinds of questions and you may not know the answer. That's what your enroller is for. And even if your enroller is not green, your enroller knows where to find the green people who can answer the question. So you have to give them information. And I think for us who are not green, it has to be not only that you're giving them information, but that you're confident about the information. They don't want to be sugarcoated. They don't want anything to be sugarcoated. So if you're finding that someone is kind of rebelling against your, the takeaway, like just the short answers, and they want more details, they're likely, they've got some green in them. Respect that. They want details. They want to know what, they want to know the compensation plan. They want to know how they make money. They want to know. So if they really want to know, give them details because they're asking for it. But I don't give heaps of details to people until they actually ask me, well, how do you make money? And then I say, well, we make money 3 ways, this way, this way. If they then keep asking me questions, I'm like, okay, I know who you are. I saw you walking down the street. I don't know what to do with you. But I don't really encounter it that much, to be honest with you. People who are just so green that they need everything. I've never had anyone ask me, can I see the compensation plan? Ever. Ever. But people do that, so I don't know. All right, and then the reds, what do they respond to? They want to know, they don't want all the details, they want the takeaway. So give them short, sweet, to the point. None of this chatty business. They want be about the business, okay? So the takeaway. So when I say we make money 3 ways, here's how you do it. you know, this is unlimited, you get this monthly, you can sell as many rocks as you want. And they're like, yeah, okay, I'm good. You know, that's great. And then they also respond to challenges. And you can talk to them about how they can achieve big in the company. So red people would love to hear, you know, for example, people that rocket into success, maybe in 90 days or whatever. Like, you know, presidential diamond in 12 minutes, I don't know those people, but those are not me. So, but I think that's something that they love, the idea of a challenge. So if you kind of set up, well, this person did it, then there's kind of like this instinctive one, two, you know. So if you're slightly red, then that probably appeals to you. If you're blue, you're like, that kind of pressure. So anyway. So questions about colors from anyone out there too, you can message me. Shocking. Shocking, Jared, you're red. Not at all shocking. Okay, all right, well, let's move on. So I have to warn you, everyone, we're gonna go green a little bit, okay? So I need you to just hang with me, okay? Just, yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna try to make it as blue, yellow, and whatever the other color, blue, yellow, and red. I'm gonna try to make it as blue, yellow, and red as I can, but some stuff we just have to talk about that are logistics, okay? So we're gonna talk about diamonds. We're gonna talk about what makes a diamond. We're gonna talk about why it's a good idea to go diamond and what that means. So some of you are very new. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions if I'm talking like some kind of it works gibberish at you. Please don't hesitate. All right, so first thing you should know is that every single chart, well, every chart, is just a design. With, I don't think there's double diamond and triple diamond and quadruple diamond charts in suite, right?
No, up to that.
Okay, so executive, I know I didn't finish my thought, I'm sorry. Read my mind, woman. The diamond chart is the last chart that's in eSuite. Obviously, there are ranks higher than that, but diamond is kind of the first leadership level, and it's what everybody is hoping to achieve. And then at that point, you're kind of just building based on legs that are hitting diamond or double diamond. You know, so it's all built on this kind of structure, okay? Every rank is built on rubies, okay? So rubies are the building blocks, the foundational building blocks. That's his seat. So
I'm sorry.
no. I mean, that's the glare. He's like, I'm sorry, who are you and why are you in my seat?
Exactly.
It's like, why is my chair moving?
Right. So when we talk about Go Ruby, that Ruby is your goal and you're second none, it's because Ruby is what starts everything. Ruby is the foundation of every rank. So we build rubies, that's what we do. All right, so diamond, so this is Ruby, okay? So this is your first goal. This is you if you're going Ruby, and then a Ruby has 3 distributors underneath. One of whom is an executive, which just means that they have 2. So we're just kind of show you how that kind of explodes out into diamond, okay? But the first thing that I want to talk about, the very first thing, is let's say this is you, this is diamond. All of this that we're going to talk about is contingent on you being commission qualified. You can be commission qualified in one of 2 ways. The safe, sure, happy way is to run an ADVV auto ship. We're going to talk about why that's important on other reasons in a minute. The second way is to have 150 personal bonus volume, which means nothing here. It has to be above. It has to be loyal customers directly under you, okay? If any one of those loyal customers returns something, even 2 months later, and your personal bonus volume falls below 150, and that was the only thing that was commission qualifying you, everything that you were paid will be taken back because you will no longer have been commission qualified and therefore you no longer get commissions. This is an incredibly scary business to me because we all work hard for the money, okay? And there's no reason on earth that you should ever encounter that. Quick story for all my blues, okay? If you're new, you may not know who this is, but Kyler Pentecost is Mark Pentecost, the CEO's son. He's now an Ambassador Diamond. I think this was when he was Navy Triple Diamond. He was not running an 80 BB auto ship. At that point, it was 400 PBB that you had underneath. You had to have 400 to be commission qualified. That's how he was commission qualified one month. So he had a probably 5-figure commission check. Someone returned a product and they took it back. And he went into his dad's office and was like, what are you gonna do? Like, what the heck? And his dad looked at him and said, are you ready to run this like a business? Are you ready to get serious? Lesson learned, right? You just lost $10,000 because you didn't want to pay $100. It doesn't matter what rank you are in the company, you run your business for $100 to $120 a month, no matter what number is in your check. So it's insane to me that anyone would choose not to run an ADB auto ship. Do I get that it's a little bit challenging when you're starting out? Yes, I get it. Either see it as an investment and just get over it. I'm just being totally real right now. Get over it, or figure out a way to sell wraps. Run your ADB auto ship. Just do it. It's worth it. And second reason that you should be doing it is because you can't talk about the products, try to sell the products, or be a good advocate of the products if you're not using the dang products. So if you're pregnant, use skincare. If you don't like the wraps, keep wrapping until you do, because you're pregnant. You know, like we have 30 plus products. I promise you, you will fall in love. Mad, passionate, crazy love with one of them. You gotta find your product. My product is greens. I built my business to diamond probably on the back of greens, because I was so freaking in love with it. It was crazy town. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, like seriously, what is your deal with green? Okay, and then I came to like love the rest of the products as I tried them as well. Okay, so ADBB auto ship is how all of this is number one unlocked. Okay, so that is really important. If you don't have your ADBB auto ship set up, my challenge to you is to go home and set it up now, today. Make sure that it runs before the 25th. I would suggest before the 20th in case anything happens, you have some time to get it run. And try different things. Like, don't do the same thing every month. Try different things. You'll get really good at BB math too, which comes in handy later. All right. Second thing is, yeah.
What in the world does BB mean?
BB.
Oh,
no. Yeah, I talked the talk. BB is bonus volume. So every single product that we have has what's called BB. And it's sometimes exactly what it costs and sometimes a little bit less. And that's the amount that we get paid commission on. So for example, things that are food-based, so Profit, It's Essential Bars, Chews, and Energy have a lower BB than the supplements, which almost always have the same BB price because it costs more to produce them. So we get paid less on them in order to keep the company happy, profitable, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so when you're talking about like 400, it's not $400, it's 400 BB. So wraps, for example, $59, 54 BB. Greens, $33 or $35, 30 BB. I almost have to look at the prices sometimes because I only have BB in my head. So like hair, skin, and nails, I always wonder, is it 33?
Yeah, I always wonder
because it's 30 BB. So as you get more familiar with the products and how much they cost when you're talking to people and you're asking them what's your budget, make sure you're thinking you know the price and not just the BB. Because if someone wants Profit, you're like, oh yeah, that's 48. No, actually it's 69. So it's important for them, to know. And also when you're doing your ADBB auto ship, you want to know what the best option is, the most bang for your buck, right? So if you keep a box of wraps on there, that's pretty good. Like it's $5 more, that's pretty good. But if you put like Profit on there, you're paying 20 plus extra dollars for the Profit. It's still worth it. But that kind of stuff is good for your 123 product because you get it for free.
Also, if you go into eSuite, under way at the bottom, there's under the packs, you can get the quick picks, which are awesome because they're less money. Normally, they're going to be less BB too, considering that you're getting them in a package, but they'll be 80 BB or more. So, as long as to me, as far as like just for running purposes of the auto ship, it's a great deal because you're saving money and you're still getting your ADVV.
Yeah.
So might not be as much, but you're still getting the ADVV,
Right.
which is what you want, and you're paying less money. So the quick picks are a good selection, but they're already set in stone. So whatever it is on there, if that's the 3 products you want, 2 products you want, then great. But if it's not what you want, then no, because then you can't switch it around.
But they have like a cheaper skinny pack for distributors under Quick Pick. I think it's like $10 less or something like that.
Is it?
I noticed there were 2
Really?
different ones, and I'm like,
Yeah, you really do get. I think you really do get fat fighters for free. Okay, so that's ADVV. Really important. No excuses about that. It's just gonna be that's the Living the Dream official line. You don't get on Living the Dream unless you have your ADVV set up. You don't even get access to that team page. We let you in Rapid Revolution, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Yeah, actually.
But anyway, okay. So the number 2, everyone's seen that average income bar graph, right? So average income, number 1, it's annual. And number 2, it includes fast start bonuses.
Wow.
So if you have built yourself to diamonds and you got 24 DTs and you got $100 fast start bonuses on all of those, your annual income or your average check, including that, is going to be way higher than someone who was built to diamonds, meaning someone else enrolled all of those people and put them under you. Most people who question their check are not recruiting the people that are under them because they're not seeing the fast start bonuses, so their check is not as high, okay? So please remember that it's not just, it's not like necessarily the diamonds who just promoted. It's the diamonds who just promoted plus the people that are working towards double diamond who may be fully boxed for double diamond but haven't yet gotten all the volume. That is a whole different scenario. You have a whole different team. It looks a whole different way. So averages are just that, they're averages. They mean nothing. I will tell you this, I have always been below average. It doesn't matter to me when I'm paying my mortgage, right? Money is money, okay? So please don't get all caught up in like, I'm a Ruby and I didn't make about $599. Because, so what? What did you make? Was it bigger than last month? Cool, right? That's what matters, okay? If your check is where you want it, if it's not, then let's work to get it where you want it. Have a number in your head that you want and go for that. And it doesn't matter if that's Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Double Diamond, whatever you have to get that, that's what you should work for. That average income thing trips a lot of people up. And that just gets towards don't compare your journey to somebody else's. It's just because somebody's making $10,000 a month doesn't mean they're better or stronger or anything than you. You're just gonna add up longer.
The way I see it is, if you look at your check and you're not happy or excited about what you're seeing, then challenge yourself to double yourself next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't blame the fact that the chart is wrong or you didn't do this or you didn't. Forget about that. That month is gone, it's past.
Right.
You've already gotten paid for it. So now work towards the next month and double it and challenge yourself to do better.
I mean, we've all had plenty of months that we're down on center check with, with a way we didn't want. You're the only person in control of that.
You write your own check?
Yeah, you absolutely write your own check. And also, don't forget wrap cash, because people get their cash money, put it in their pocket, spend it on stuff, and they forget that that's part of your income too. We make money in 3 ways. So don't forget all the ways that you're getting, money in that way too. Okay, all right, so that's number 2. We just wanted to do that. Number 3, white diamond is always a good idea. Diamond is always a good idea. Whether you've been in the business 2 months or 4 years, diamond is always a good idea. Diamond should be what you're striving for. And I'm gonna tell you why, okay? This is a diamond chart, okay? Diamond chart means that you have 5 people on your top line. These are 5 different distributors, 2 of which have promoted. 1 is to Emerald and 1 is to Ruby. The other 3 boxes are just at 400 BB or more. They're called qualified legs, okay? These are called title boxes. They have a title. They have a promotion title, okay? So an emerald is 4 people, 2 rubies, okay? A ruby is 3 people, 1 executive, okay? So those build to each thing, okay? So why is diamond a good idea? Well, I mean, if you look at this, you get paid as a diamond on all of those levels. As an emerald, which is the rank just above, you get paid down to your 6th level. So that doesn't probably mean anything to you, but as your team grows, you can look next to a name and it'll tell you what the level is. And if you have something that's below 6, let's say you have a rock star on your 7th level, you're not getting paid on that because you haven't yet promoted to diamond. When you hit diamond, you are paid, hear me now, infinitely. 2% infinitely on your levels. So, whoosh. That's how people can be in the business for 6 years and be multimillionaires, because they're getting paid 2% infinitely on all of their levels, okay? If you're not a math person, not math in your head, like, you know, 2% of awesome is still really good, okay? 2% of mind-blowing is pretty comfortable, okay? So that's number 1, because you shouldn't lose out on any of the work that your team is doing, okay? As long as you're working. The reason this is so awesome is that diamond requires that you're working too. You're not just benefiting off of someone else who's working. So you could have an incredible leg. For example, a black diamond leg on your top. Black diamond, it means that you have made $100,000 a month for 6 consecutive months. These are the millionaires. They're the top earners in our company, okay? So you could have somebody up here who's doing that. If you're not hanging with them and doing your steps to success and recruiting and building other legs, like you're getting paid on like their top 2 levels. I guarantee you that's not a lot of money. You know, it's all up down here, okay? So you have to keep up, and I love that. You can't just benefit off the back of somebody else's work. You have to do the work too. And when you do the work, everybody wins. Everybody wins. Okay, so diamond perk number 1 is that you get paid 2%. You're on a leadership level as well. So that's kind of the leadership bonus, is that you get this infinite 2% pay raise, which I guess I jumped to 3. But leadership level also means that you're seen as a leader. You have, you kind of have access to not new information, it's not secret. It's just like there are diamond pages. People ask you to take on additional responsibilities. You're seen as a successful mentor. For some of us, that means a lot. For some of you, that means nothing. You don't care, you just want the money. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like for me, that means a lot. It means a lot to me to be seen as a good leader. And so that meant a lot to me to be recognized as a leader. Okay, diamond bonus. The diamond bonus is not the good bonus. The good bonus is something different. We're talking about diamond outside of any extra bonuses. We're just talking about diamond as in the comp plan. I'm going to show you what the diamond bonus is, okay? So you have now promoted to diamond, right? You've got this rock star emerald headed to diamond. You've got this ruby that's up and coming, headed, working, got it going on, right? Let's say you're like, okay, I'm going to help this ruby along. I'm now diamond, and I recruit someone, and I decide I'm gonna build another ruby over here. All of a sudden, that is what's called a cab leg, which just means it's a diamond bonus leg. You sign this person. In addition to the fast start bonus when they get their first 2 customers, you also get $80 in your commission check. That's the diamond bonus. It's not just one time. That cab leg, anyone on that cab leg, whether you sign them or that person signs them or someone that person signs them, also gets you that $80. This is where you just start printing money, folks. The cab leg. So if you have a rock star recruiter,
It's your money tree.
yeah, it's a money tree. So let's say you have a rock star recruiter who you sign and goes diamond, that's 24 DTs. I want you to do the math really fast. You didn't sign any of them. That person or that person's people signed them. you still are getting those diamond bonuses for all of them. Okay? That's why there's such a significant jump in the pay. One of the reasons why there's such a significant jump in the pay from emerald to diamond, because this now becomes a thing.
So that is, you as a diamond enrolled that person?
Yes, I had to be paid as diamond when I enrolled
When
this
you enrolled
person.
that person.
Or my lifetime, I think my lifetime rank has to be diamond when I enroll that person. And then when I am also paid as diamond, I get those diamond.
It doesn't matter if you keep them or move them.
No, it doesn't matter. They're always coded to me. They're like,
Sure.
just, enroller doesn't
Enrollers,
change when
yeah.
you move them. So it doesn't matter whether I put them here or leave them on my top line or start building another leg. It doesn't matter. They can be level 27. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're coded to me. They're enrolled by me when I am diamond or above. Okay? So diamond is $80. When you go double diamond, you add an additional $40. When you go triple diamond, you add an additional $20. And then it goes up from there. So if you're an ambassador diamond recruiting someone, you're making like $300 off of every person that's faster. It's good to be in leadership positions for the money. Not to be crass, but like there are reasons why, there are like lots of reasons why it's good to be diamond. Okay, so that's the diamond bonus. That's not the good bonus. That's not an extra thing that Mark throws at us to make us want to push for it. That's just in the compensation plan as it stands forever and ever, no matter what, unless they change it. And then I talked to you about the 2% on infinite levels, and then an enroller bonus. Okay, so I want to tell you about, okay, so you know how you get, maybe you don't know, every loyal customer that you enroll and you keep directly under you, you get paid 15% on. What you're actually getting is a 10% commission and a 5% enroller bonus. So when you get your commission check, you'll see that broken down. It'll say enroller bonus. You're like 5%, oh, okay, that's cool. It's a nice little perk, right? You get, as a diamond, on any personally enrolled diamond under you, 5% on all of their volume. Okay?
Instead of 2.
You get the 2 also.
Um,
So let's say, okay, so pay raise is you get the 2% infinitely, but you also get an additional 2% on all your volume. So we all get paid on our volume. We all get like whatever our commission check is based on the levels. You might get 15% on the people up here. You get 10% here. You might get 5% here. You get 2% down, okay? When you get hit diamond, you also get an additional 2% on your total volume. Like they just take all your volume, let's say it's 15,000 BV, and they're like, 2%. Here you go. Let me just deposit that in your commission account. Just for being diamond, just because you're cool, just because we're like, high five, you're a leader, okay? High five, Mark Pentecost, thank you for that, okay? But if you have someone who you personally enrolled who becomes diamond under you, then on top of that, you get 5% of their volume. So let's say, you can do the math if you want. Let's say they have 10,000 BV. Then 5% is an extra $500. Your 2%, if you just have 10,000 BV, which is about the minimum you can have to go diamond, that's $200 extra. Just because you hit that rank, okay? If you are double diamond and you have a personally enrolled diamond, you get 9% on their volume. Are you starting to see like why diamond is awesome? It's not just because we're like the cool kids club and we're like hanging out at the pool table and we're like talk our like special. No, it's because you can print money. Now, does it just automatically happen? No. You have to work. You have to keep it. You have to be doing your steps to success. All of this is based on the steps to success. If you are enrolling 3 distributors and 4 loyal customers religiously every month, it's not if, it's when this happens for you. Not everyone is going to work like you do. Not everyone is going to want to hang. Some people are just going to end up being really great customers. It's okay, because all you really need to get to diamond is 2 people who are willing to work like you do. That's it. It's not unattainable. I got there, Millie got there, Emily got there. There's gonna be people this month on our team who get there. It's not unattainable. It's completely attainable. It just takes dedication and understanding where you're going. So people who are green are gonna be like totally, or have a green card, are gonna be like, I love to chart. Let me get my chart. Let me put it out. Some people look at this and are like, I don't understand. Okay. I think charting is a really important thing for you to learn. It's just a skill that's gonna help you build your business. Okay. So the first chart that you should print as a new distributor is Ruby. And that should be your chart until you hit that rank. And then you get the next chart. Sometimes you'll be off your Ruby chart, like you've got other legs happening like this. That's okay. Focus on getting to Ruby as quickly as you can. Then you get to Emerald as quickly as you can. Don't get overwhelmed by this diamond business. I'm just telling you this because I had some questions about, well, why did they take the good bonus away? Why aren't there those bonuses anymore? Because we don't need them. It's nice to have an extra $400 a month, but you can make that $400 a month in a heartbeat through these cab legs. That's 5 cabs. When you have a cab leg hop in, that happens like that. Okay? So you can make up whatever Mark wanted to give you as a good bonus with dedication and working your steps to success. You don't need it. Okay? So I just want everyone to understand. Do you see now why diamond is always a good idea? Why you want to try to get there as quickly as possible, but you want to get there strong. You want a strong team. You don't want your diamond to crumble. You want strong workers. You want people who want it. You want to build strong. You want to build wisely. And that's what your enrollers are for. Okay? So we can help you. I'm going to do a video about charting and like how I chart and what it means to chart. Essentially, that just means you need to know at all times what's happening in your own business. You need to know where all these boxes are at. You know, and if you don't have anybody under you, you need to know what your volume is. Are you a qualified leg? You should always be a qualified leg. You should always be 400 and above. First of all, let's be as high as we can be because that means more money for you, right? You didn't get into this business for like, 400 BB. Nobody signed up as a distributor and thought, I really hope I make $30 a month. That would be fantastic. I don't really think so. I mean, maybe if you did, great. Like if you thought, I want to wrap and I also want to make $30 a month, you're my favorite. You're easy. Okay, let's go. Most people start with like $300 to $500 in their head because that is enough to really make a difference in your budget. That is really like Ruby moving to Emerald. That's your target. Okay, that's how I started. I wanted $300 to $500 a month. I wanted to pay my student loans and maybe the light bill. And I thought, okay, $800, that'll do it, right?
That kind of goes back to the whole ADBB. You want to run an ADBB for free, right? Basically, just have, afford. You're probably going to need, 15%.
Probably 600, 700 BB to have your business running in the black. But you won't be profitable at that point. Executive is about where you start to get a little bit of money on top of it. So steps to success, right? 3 distributors, 4 loyal customers. Like our focus this month is going to be on the steps to success, steps to success, steps to success. You're going to be so sick and tired of hearing us talk about it, but that is the key to your business. And I'm going to tell you really truthfully, I did not understand that until I went double diamond. Is that crazy? That is crazy. But I understood that I was shortchanging myself by thinking that I could not do that every single month or multiple times a month. Every single person can do it. And when you hear people say, oh yeah, I did my steps to success 4 times this month, you're like, I can't do that. That is bull. You can do it. You just have decided you can. It's entirely possible. You have access to the same people that I do. You have access to your warm market. I'm building on Instagram. I talk to people. I do events. You can do all of that too. There's nothing stopping you. So I shortchanged myself for a long time, and please learn from my mistakes. I could have promoted faster had I understood the power of the steps to success. Remember that reds love a plan. No, greens love a plan. We're going to think about how awesome our company is. And that's where I'm going to kind of end, unless you have questions. So if you guys have questions out there in streaming land, send them to my phone, wherever that is. Okay. I want you to think about how awesome it is the way that our company works. We have a plan that we can follow. So anyone who has a little bit of green in them, who loves to plan, who loves to chart, who loves all that, steps to success. You don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's really, really simple. If you're a blue and you love stories, we get to hear stories every week on corporate calls. They highlight people who are just like us, who have gone to the top of the company, and how they did it, okay? If you're a yellow, you wanna help people. I want you to think about how many people have lives changed here. How many potential lives are changed here? Even just with that, you know, $35 or $40 a month, they might be able to get their product for almost free. And those products can change them. And then this opportunity can change them. And all of those loyal customers, don't forget the loyal customers. They're what build our business. All those loyal customers who gain their confidence, who gain their health, who feel a little bit better in their skin. That's huge. That's huge. We help people. That's what we do. That's our business. And if you're red, like, look at the challenge of that. I mean, it can seem really daunting, but every one of you have the opportunity to take that steps to success sheet and just keep filling it out. See how many times you can do it. See how many times you can do it. I challenge you to set a goal for yourself, and a goal that a little bit scares you. And then do it, because you can. Because we all can. Because there's nothing special about me. And I want you to understand that, genuinely. I'm not special. Like, I'm double diamond because I refuse to give up. And so what that means in practice is that when I feel like my warm market gets tapped out, I go somewhere else. I'm building lots of different places. I'm kind of a juggler. I just kind of juggle lots of things and see what happens. And I refuse to give up, and I dare to believe that I can do it. There's nothing different about you. The only thing is whether or not you're going to do it and your persistence. So the company knows us all, has kind of given us everything that we need, and then you have us as well. Some days you're like, why do I have this crazy girl? I just Carrie keep talking about charting. Stop talking about charting. No, I'll never stop talking about charting. But we're here to help you grow your business. We've been where you're at starting out, and if we push you to be a little bit more than you think that you can be, it's because we see something in you that we know could be great. So I'm blue and I'm talking too much. So questions?
Where can you put that chart?
It's an e-suite. So it's under documents and training and business building. You can get Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond, and then beyond that, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. But if you're beyond that, we'll help you find it. If you're charting double diamond, we can help you find that.
I want to know what's in all your binders.
Okay, this is a planner, not really a binder, but even though I'm not green, which is kind of weird, I do take my charts everywhere I go. I'm that kind of person. Because, you know, I lead by example. So if I'm telling you, you have to have your printed chart and you have to know what's going on, I do too. So I have my charts printed and I take it with me everywhere I go. And I usually have empty ones, and I don't on this one, otherwise I would show you guys, but if I'm gonna, if I'm meeting with a new distributor, I always bring my Ruby chart with me. A blank one to show them and talk to them about it. So if you haven't printed one out, the Ruby chart is where you want to start. That's the first one you want to print. I always carry with me distributor forms and loyal customer forms. Because if I see my friend Sally at Walmart and she's like, oh my God, Millie, I've been trying to get a hold of you and I want to get some wraps. Okay, great. Where do we start? Like right now. And I'm ready to go. So I always carry those with me as well. And I don't know who said this. I can't even remember the top leader who said this. I want to say it was Jade, but I don't know. But she does the same. She carries a steps to success with her in her purse. And when she's talking with someone and all of a sudden the conversation goes into, I think I want to try the business, but how do you do that? She pulls out the steps to success. She's like, just like this. This is with me all the time. This is what I do. That's how I build. So I carry this everywhere. So you wanted to know what I carry with me. There it is.
Where do you get the distributor and
eSuite. Everything's on eSuite.
Now, did I hear or read something that unless for like our protection purposes, we're to either have them fill out a loyal customer or distributor form so that we have a signature on file, or they have to go and do it, is that right? Because it didn't used to be that stringent, because I know I signed plenty of.
Yeah, I mean, and that is something
that's
that
kind
people
of a
need to
new
be
thing,
aware of,
right?
that if you don't have proof that and text messages don't work. I always kept my texts and my messages when I would sign them up, but those people usually don't have a problem with, I would always be very clear, like, you want me to do the loyal customer 3-month auto ship option, correct? And they'd be like, yes. Okay. I'm always very, very clear, but there have been people who have misunderstood, or have been told, or have explicitly told someone, I don't want the auto ship, and have been signed up anyway. And this is the company's attempt to try to. And what happens is if you do not have a signature either on a sheet, or they have not signed up themselves with an e-signature, then you have to pay the $50 to cancel their thing. Yeah. So this is just, build your business wisely. I mean, most of the time if someone is confused, I just remind them of our conversation and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
can they, if they want to enroll in the online, they can just go on your website?
Oh yeah,
Do it.
yeah. A lot of people do it for them because they want to hurry the process up, or it's just a customer service kind of thing. Like if you're headed out of town, I can just take all your information and I can do it for you. I guess the idea is that too many people were doing that and then signing them up for something they didn't know they were getting. They thought they were just doing a one-off order, and it turned into, I have 3 months of stuff I don't want, etc.
How if they are wanting to do the 3 months, but only the 3 months? Do you go in and you cancel it, or does it cancel the auto ship after the 3rd month?
No, they have to do it. I would just remind them that, you're on your 3rd month, you can cancel next month. You need to wait until the month transfers over. The system doesn't know that their order has run until that they've completed their 3 months until it's the next calendar month. So on the 1st, you can say, okay, you completed your 3 months. If you want to cancel, you're going to want to redeem your perk points because they'll expire. So you can just do an order for that, and then you can cancel your auto ship. And anytime you want to order, you're welcome to do that. Yeah, you have that for life. Or if you're in love with your greens, remember that at 6 months you get those 50 extra perk points. So try to keep them on as long as you can, just for your own benefit. I don't know. Most people, I think, the average is they stay on for at least 4 months before they start talking about wanting to turn it off. And that's when I remind them of the 50 perk points. And most of the time they'll be like, they'll just change their order at that point. This is another reason why you want to be staying in contact with your loyal customers. The more you have, the harder that gets. But remind them to change their orders every month if they want to. They don't have to be getting the same thing. With most auto ship options, you have to be getting the same thing every month, and that's why people are really like dodgy about it. But you can change it. So I try to give them suggestions. If you've been using the cleanser for 2 months, have you thought about using, you know, lip and eye or the peel or facials or something like that? That can be really helpful too. I just wanted to show you kind of my charts. I don't know if people look far away, but this is what my chart looked like last month. The green meant they were at 400, and then well, the check marks too. And I needed, because I was requalifying as double diamond, so I needed everyone to requalify their ranks. So you start from the bottom, and I was, you know, checking off, making sure that those boxes were at 400, and then that person checked had requalified their rank. Obviously, my chart is much different than, you know, a Ruby chart, but it's kind of the same deal. Throughout the month, I had like numbers where the BB was at in every single box, so I knew when I got a big order, where should I move it? I know exactly where I can move it so that it makes the most impact. That's why you chart. It's not because you want to be like anal about it. It's because when you are at the end of the month and you're pushing for a promotion or you're pushing for something, you know what to do. You don't have to sit there for 25 minutes and figure out who on the last day of the month when the system is all like, have mercy, doesn't work. You already know what the BB is in every box. So all you have to do is move the customer and you know exactly where it's at. It's power. Knowledge is power. So if you're serious about your business, you're going to be serious about your chart. That's really how I feel about it. If you're serious about your business, you're going to be serious about your chart. Because you want to know how close you are to every little thing. Whether that's an executive promotion or an ambassador diamond promotion, you're going to be serious about every single one of those charts because they matter. It matters.
And the more you do it, the more it becomes natural.
Yeah, it's not complicated.
Yeah, the more you'll get used to it. Because if you know, when you start going up and you start going to diamond and double diamond, the charts get bigger.
Yeah, like this is my triple diamond chart, and I blew it up because otherwise it was way too small. But that's my triple diamond chart. Obviously, I have a long ways to go, but it sits right there in my eyesight on my desk every day, and every time we get to add a person's name, it's so exciting to me because I'm like, wow, that's a person. You know, or like my husband's leg, we're kind of rebuilding his leg. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like I'm going Ruby again. It's like I'm going Ruby again, and that's so exciting. And I remember how exciting that was. I was like, oh my gosh, Ruby, you know, like let's go. And it's, you know, anyway.
So Carrie's asking, do you or Carrie have emails to send DTs and LCs? And the answer is yes. There is on Team Rap Revolution. I updated that. And I added that on there. There is a welcome DT email and a welcome LC email that's on there where you can go and you just copy and paste it into an email. Of course, change the information every time you use it. In my case, it's already on my sent.
Yeah.
So I just go to my sent and I'll just get the last one and I'll copy and then paste it into a new email and then just change the information, you know, change the name, change the customer ID number or the EDT number and their website, if I wrote them versus themselves and so forth. So I change all that information and that's what I send them. So my distributors and my customers that I have personally enrolled have received those emails of mine.
I try to do that. I try to do that for all my loyal customers. Sometimes it takes me a couple weeks to do it, especially if I do them at the end of the month. But that gives them like a place that they can go when they're ready to change their order. They remember, oh yeah, she sent me an email, let me dig that email out. And it has all the information like about perk points, it has everything about changing your order. We also have, I think, a PDF about how to redeem your perk points and how to change your auto ship. So you can send them that if you want. If they do wraps, there's wrapping instructions as well that you can send them. So just kind of overwhelm them with information, but it gives them the tools to do it so that you don't have to be doing that. It's in the file section of Rap Revolution, and I'm sure there's one in the paper well.
But that's where I took it from.
Yeah.
There's navigation.
Um,
What would you suggest for Blitzing?
That we all go together.
Cause I mean, I
right, I
I
think we
would
should.
table and, you know,
That we go have a party.
Or I go for breakfast or like, and Mangiamas, but like, you know, just kind of like, leave some things here, but how do you just like randomly pick a person out or anything other than just leaving them where they take them?
What is blitzing?
Blitzing is where you use the Blitz card and you just kind of approach them about the wrap. You know, like, have you tried, you know, can I give you a coupon? Have you tried the wrap? Have you heard of it works?
Oh.
It's like our business card, but it has the before and after, so it's much more powerful than just
That's all I
a
do.
business card. I'm gonna be really honest with you, blitzing is not my strength. I'm just, you know, what I do is I just, when I'm feeling especially brave, and I'm not using that as an excuse, like, you know, I need to get better at it, it's probably the area of my business that's weakest. But when I do it, I just say, can I give you a coupon? And then sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll be like, have you tried it? It just starts a conversation. Ideally, then you get their information so that you can follow up with them. You know,
Or you wear the gear,
right.
and people are like, what works? It works, let me tell you.
The other thing, do you know the name of their movie?
August 6th.
I keep checking. I really want a shirt, but I just haven't found one that was on there, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, all the ones that I
before
like,
they
they were
bring
like,
it.
out of stock.
Yeah, yeah. There's some really great stuff from Great Carpet.
You order those on the website?
Yes, it works store.com. Well, it works.com/store now, but after store.com.
When you get your kit in the mail, it'll have a little get ready or get started or kind of flyer in there.
Okay.
And it has the website where you can go for the store, and you actually have a coupon code. Because when you make the first order, you'll get a coupon.
Okay.
But you get 25 Blitz cards in your first pack that comes in, which is amazing. I wish I never had that. Yeah, I have to do that before. So one of the things that I did was I took a Blitz card into Staples and I just had them minimize it. Yardley taught us this. I want to say Yardley, there's so many Melissas, so we just call them by their last names now. Sorry. Because we just so many of them. But, you know, just get them to minimize it and basically you just get them to do it on a regular piece of paper, nothing magical. So, because they'll look at the Blitz card and say, well, we don't have this paper,
Right.
you know? And you be like, that's not what I want. I just want you to make a photocopy back and forth of it, minimize it to this size, 3 by 4, 4 by 3.5 or something like that. And then get them to laminate it. And then what you do is you take it and you put it on yours. It's a little bit smaller. It's not, you know, an actual Blitz card. It's not huge. And when you go to a store and you go to pay, you put your purse right in front of the cashier, you know, or when you're carrying it around and you see Sally at Walmart and she looks at your purse and says, oh, what is that? You know, because she hasn't heard about it yet. You haven't told her, or you're just getting started, or she's not on Facebook, or whatever the reason might be. So it's a great way to open communication because people will look at it and say, well, what does it do? What is that? And you can just get the conversation flowing from there. There's a lot of ideas out there on your YouTube. For example, with like Jade and Jocelyn Yates does good ones too. And I mean, there's just a lot of ideas out there. If you just Google like it works listening tips or something like that, it should come up. A lot of the other leaders, and I started doing this too, and so far it's only been a couple times. But I have a little notepad, so when I see somebody, I'm literally out of my Blitz cards, but I think this is a good idea, and I think I may be out of my Blitz cards for a while, just because I'm trying to get myself more out there, and I want to get bigger information. So being the fact that I don't have the Blitz card on me, I don't feel so much in my comfort zone. where I can just give it to them, be like, okay, hope you call me, bye, you know? Being that I don't have Blitz cards, I feel like, okay, I can't give you one. So I do, even if you do or you don't do this, that's up to you. But you can say, I do a weekly wrap drawing. If I take your information down, and you put it down on here, and you put it down on here, then you can get in touch with them because they'll give you their information. You know, and then you can say, I'll send you via my, you know, through my phone, I'll text you my information, and like that you have it. Basically, you're going to text them in what we call an e-Blitz card.
Okay.
So, and then it has all your information on it. So if you wanted to also do it that way to get yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, and like that you're actually getting the information in return. Because, I mean, there is some times when you do leave the Blitz cards to someone and they don't call. It happens. But you just never know. All you need is that one. So you never know. When you buy something at a restaurant and the waitress brings you your ticket, put a Blitz card in there and say, thank you so much for your service. By the way, you know, I'm in a business of whatever you want to say. I'm in a health and wellness business, or I'm in the business of helping others, and your, you know, the way that you talked was incredible, and you knew exactly what you were saying, and I loved your attitude and your, you don't have to write a whole book, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you just give them a perk, you know, what you liked about their service, and then you just leave it in there.
I have a potential distributor actually from doing that.
I have the digital one, I'll text it to you with the link.
And that's super helpful because then you can just put their info right in your phone.
Yes.
And one of Yardley's tips was to, when you put people in your phone, to have them under PLC. So that way, like, I have my PLCs together. So if I want to send them a group message or something, I can just look under P and don't have to go.
But it also helps when they message you back, like
You know, kind of
if I'm
why.
following up, like I'll follow up with my whole chunk of dead leads on my phone. And so I'm just like texting, you know, I might even be cutting and pasting a text because nobody got time to do personalized whichever, you know. So I'll change the name, but then when they respond, you're like, oh, that's who that is, instead of just a number, and I have to figure out who this is and what's happening.
It's like, who is this? And they're like,
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for.
Right, exactly.
Right, and you can put
Put
that
that
on there.
there from the
I know, you put like potential DT or potential C, you know, Sally, and their last name, whatever, if you know their last name, and then under notes, you can be met at Starbucks in the line at
Yeah,
Starbucks, or
yeah.
met at
Or
the
the
line
color
at
run,
Target.
right.
Or,
Lead from the color
you know,
run, or lead from
right.
the Mother's Day thing, or lead from
Right.
whatever, and then you have some kind of frame of reference for how long it's been since you met them,
Yeah.
and
Right,
we can remember that kind of stuff.
right, right. Exactly,
yeah.
so, yeah,
Your mom.
my mom was, that was awesome. And customers are a great way to turn into distributors as well. She's an example of it. I'm an example of it. I was a customer for like a week. But customers are a great way. So, you know, if you have a customer that's completed 3 months and they want to continue, talk to them about the business opportunity, because more than likely they're in love with the product. If they're not willing to cancel the 3 months when they can with no charge and they want to continue, offer them the business opportunity, because that means that they're in love with the product. So they want to maybe get the product for free. So that would be an option for them. So always, always, always on your customers, you should always lead with the business opportunity, is what everyone always says. Because if they're not going to be a business partner or a distributor, they're going to be a customer. So you lead with the strongest, which would be a distributor, and then you take it from there. But customers, 9 times out of 10, I think when they do that at conference, when they say stand up if you were a customer before you were a distributor, I think like 80% of the people stand up. So it's very, very, very important that you are following up with them. And
I also think that I think a lot of this business is about being creative. So I have a friend from high school who's been ordering for 2 years. She does not want to be a distributor, but she's probably a great person to refer people to me. You know, and so like your longstanding customers who don't want to be in the business still want to help you build your business.
Right.
Right.
So they'll do parties for you. They'll send you. They'll let you post on their wall. They'll do all kinds of stuff for you because they want to see you succeed. So be creative about. Be creative about you using. That sounds terrible. Making the most of your customers, and make sure you love on them and let them know how appreciated they are for being awesome customers.
Any other questions?
The sticker that's on the back of your car.
Yes.
I have a monogram business on the side. Is it okay that I make my own, or do you have to order it?
You have to order it through them. Okay. If they have it, you have to order it through them. If they don't have it, you can make it to your heart's content. Like they don't have phone cases. They don't have what is that one they have? They used to have
I want one from you.
Just make a
Hold on.
They used to have phone cases, but they don't have them anymore. I don't know. They only have blender bottles. They don't have like water bottles. So yeah, I mean, so take a look at the It Works store and see what they have.
And then just choose to do what
Find
they don't
something
have.
that they don't
Okay.
have and do that. Yeah.
I saw somebody that actually big macaroni back in
Oh my gosh. And like if you want to go big or go home like that, you just have to get it approved.
No, I'm not going that
So
way.
yeah.
I just have those colors at home. I'm like, I could easily make that in like 5 minutes.
But I mean, like a water bottle with It Works stuff on there would be great.
Okay.
And you could then, you could do like some kind of giveaway, like, whatever, on your page, whoever. And then it's a way to get your name out there and get the It Works name out there without, I love It Works water bottles. And then they have like the tumblers, like the Turvis tumblers, but they don't have just a water bottle.
I could easily make water bottles.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
So mostly,
Yes.
yeah, you
It's
just
fun
need to
thing.
kind of figure out what your goal is, and your goal should really just be the steps to success and go after it. And don't let yourself not do it.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Believe in yourself, and when you hit a wall, reach out. Reach up, reach down, reach side. Just find some, success. And I think really people say like no excuses, but you have to know your own excuses and realize when you're in the middle of them and like wrapped up in them and like a big blanket, cuddly blanket, your excuses are so warm and cozy. Yeah, they are, but they're not gonna get you anywhere. So you can be cozy in your excuses, but nobody's buying it. So we'll just wait till you're ready, Yes, ma'am.
I forgot already.
Great. Well, there's cookies.
There's cookies, and if you have questions or whatever, I'm gonna go tell them to go away.
Tell them.
Tell them to go away.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
First team meeting of the month after the summer.
bye-bye.